The year is 1996. The place is Boulder, Colorado. Snow blankets the ground. Holiday lights twinkle against the dark Rocky Mountains. It is Christmas. Inside a large Tudor-style home on 15th Street, a family celebrates. They are the Ramseys. John, a successful businessman. Patsy, a former Miss West Virginia. Burke, JonBenét. They appear to have the perfect American life. A life of wealth, status, and happiness. A life captured in smiling family portraits. A portrait of success. JonBenét is 6 years old. She is a child of the pageant stage. Her blonde hair is perfectly styled. Her smile is wide and bright for the judges. On stage, she is a tiny star, dressed in sequins and satin. She performs for crowds, collecting crowns and sashes. These images would soon be broadcast across the world. They show a life of glamour and promise. They depict a little girl at the center of her family's world. It is a world that, from the outside, seemed safe. It seemed untouchable. But home videos from that time, viewed now, can feel different. They carry a weight they did not have before. Every smile, every quiet moment is now scrutinized. We look for clues in the ordinary. We search for shadows in the bright lights of their Christmas tree. The laughter seems to echo from a distant, lost time. It is the haunting prelude to a story that no one could have predicted. A story that would shatter the image of this perfect family and this quiet, affluent town. That Christmas Day in 1996 was the last time this family would be whole. The last time their home would be just a home and not a crime scene. They shared gifts. They visited friends. It was a day like any other holiday for a family of their standing. But as the day ended and the night grew quiet, something went terribly wrong. The warmth of the holiday season was about to be extinguished by a chilling and unending mystery. The festive lights would soon be replaced by the cold, flashing blue and red of police cars. The silence of the early morning is broken. Patsy Ramsey says she woke to find her daughter gone. In the kitchen, on a back staircase, she reports finding a note. It is not a simple note. It is nearly 3 pages long. It is a ransom demand. The author claims to be part of a small foreign faction. It asks for $118,000, an unusual sum. The note warns the Ramseys not to contact the police, but they do. The call to 911 is frantic, confusing. It is the first official record of the chaos unfolding inside the house. Police arrive at the Ramsey home, but the scene is not immediately secured. Friends and family come and go. Critical evidence may have been contaminated or lost forever in those first few hours. The ransom note itself is a central, baffling piece of evidence. A close-up police evidence photo of a section of the 3-page ransom note. It was written on a notepad found inside the house. The pen used was also from the home. This detail raises immediate questions. Was this the work of an intruder? Or was the note staged to cover something else? For hours, everyone waits. They wait for the kidnapper's call that the note promised. That call never comes. Late in the afternoon, a detective asks John Ramsey to search the house one more time. He heads to the basement. There, in a small, windowless room known as the wine cellar, he makes a devastating discovery. It is his daughter, JonBenét. Her body is covered by a white blanket. A cord is around her neck. Her wrists are bound. She had been there the entire time. The investigation shifts instantly. This is no longer a kidnapping, it is a homicide. The house on 15th Street is sealed with yellow police tape. The discovery of JonBenét's body in her own home, just rooms away from where her family slept, is a chilling turn. It narrows the focus of the investigation dramatically. The crime scene was not a random street or a distant location. The crime scene was the house itself, and the answers, it seemed, had to be somewhere inside those walls. With no clear signs of a forced entry, suspicion quickly falls on those inside the house. The parents are placed under an intense microscope. John Ramsey, Patsy Ramsey. Their behavior on that morning is questioned. Some investigators found their demeanor unusual, not typical of grieving parents. Their decision to lawyer up fueled public doubt. They were a wealthy, powerful couple, and some believed they used their influence to control the investigation. They maintained their innocence, portraying themselves as a family under attack, first by a killer, then by the police and the media. Then there is the brother. Burke Ramsey was 9 years old. He was in the house that night, sleeping in his room. For years he remained largely invisible, shielded from the public eye. But theories emerged that pointed to him. One suggests an accidental killing, a childish argument over a piece of pineapple, followed by a parental cover-up to protect their surviving child. Burke has since given interviews, denying any involvement. The idea a 9-year-old could be responsible or that his parents could stage such an elaborate deception. Finally, the intruder theory. The Ramseys have always believed a stranger broke in to commit the crime. Some evidence has been cited to support that. An unidentified male DNA profile on JonBenét's clothing, a footprint near the wine cellar, a basement window found ajar, a string of unsolved neighborhood burglaries. Critics say police focused too early and too intensely on the family, failing to properly pursue outside leads. Each theory is supported by some pieces of the puzzle, yet contradicted by others. The ransom note seemed too long and personal for a random kidnapper. Yet, the unidentified DNA cannot be easily dismissed. The parents' behavior seemed strange to some, but to others, it was the reaction of people in shock and deep grief. Before a suspect could be formally tried in a court of law, the case was tried in the court of public opinion. The media coverage was immediate and relentless. The story had everything: a beautiful child, a wealthy family, a shocking crime set against small-town affluence. Tabloid headlines screamed from checkout racks. Cable news dissected every detail, replaying the 911 call, airing home videos of JonBenét in pageant costumes. The Ramseys became household names. Their faces were constant on national TV. They were no longer private citizens. They became characters in a national drama. Intense scrutiny shaped public perception. Patsy portrayed as a cold, image-obsessed pageant mother. John seen as distant, controlling. Every interview was analyzed for hidden meanings. Body language was judged. Words were debated by television pundits. Many were tried and convicted on TV before the investigation moved forward. The public judgment pressured the family and investigators. The media frenzy created a storm of misinformation. Rumors were reported as facts. Speculation presented as evidence. So-called experts offered confident conclusions on very little information. The result was a confusing narrative that hampered law enforcement. Investigators sifted through evidence and endless media noise. The story became about ratings and readers, not truth. It became a spectacle. Decades later, the media never let go. Dozens of books, documentaries, television specials, each promising new theories and bombshells. The case is now a permanent true crime fixture. That kept JonBenét's memory alive, but cemented public narratives. The story of what happened is inseparable from how it was told. A story of tragedy, amplified and distorted by the glare of 1,000 camera lenses. Today, the grand house on 15th Street still stands, but the Ramsey family is gone. Patsy Ramsey died of cancer in 2006, never seeing justice for her daughter. John Ramsey has remarried and attempted to move on from the shadow that has followed him for more than 2 decades. Burke Ramsey remains a private citizen, forever tied to the worst day of his life. The Boulder Police Department officially cleared the immediate family members in 2008, based on newly tested DNA evidence, but a former district attorney reversed that decision years later, leaving their status, once again, in limbo. The case file remains open. It is filled with thousands of pages of reports, interviews, and forensic analysis. Over the years, investigators have looked at more than 1,000 individuals. Advanced DNA technology has been applied to the small samples of evidence found at the scene, but the key pieces of the puzzle, the note, the DNA, the cause of death, still refuse to fit together into a single coherent picture. The evidence can be used to argue for an intruder, or it can be used to argue for a cover-up. It is a case of contradictions. A case frozen in time. The story endures because it touches on our deepest fears. The fear that safety is an illusion. The fear that evil can find its way into any home, no matter how secure it seems. And the fear that sometimes there are no clear answers. The case has become a modern American myth, a cautionary tale about wealth, ambition, and the secrets that can hide behind a perfect facade. It is a wound that has never healed for the family, for the community of Boulder, and for the nation that watched it all unfold. Decades have passed. Christmas comes and goes. The snow still falls on Boulder. It hangs in the air, unanswered and unresolved. It is a question that has consumed investigators, journalists, and a fascinated public for years. A question that represents one of the most compelling and frustrating unsolved mysteries of our time. Who killed JonBenét Ramsey?